Try that again because I hadn't turned the sound on.
All right.
Hi guys.
Nice.
I was doing stuff and I didn't notice the timer had expired. Hello everybody. We got Kren.
Hi, Chris.
Cren's offering popcorn to everyone.
I hope he's bought enough for everyone.
Where's mine?
Bill with Adrian's in the house.
Hi,
Kren's in the
Adrian.
house again. Bill with Adrian's in the house again. And Dave has joined
Dave's
us.
back.
Kren's got the best seat this time. And it's nice to see people offering popcorn.
Hi, Roy Hat. Make sure it's sweet popcorn.
Yeah, and Roy Hart has appeared. So we got the usual crowd, didn't we?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
We
gang.
got the usual crowd at this end of the internet.
Yeah.
as well.
I'm waiting for the usual crowd to comment. Spikes.
No. No. You're on,
Zappy,
they're going to be on the
zappy.
best behaviour this week. I've got a feeling.
Well, he's got no zappy, owie, owie today, haven't
No.
you?
I mean, Nads are having the day off.
Yeah.
We were out clubbing last night.
They were.
Yeah, and I'm not talking seal clubbing. I'm talking about fun clubbing.
Yeah.
And of course, our lovely host. Oh, thank you
No,
very
thank
much.
you.
And it's got to be Butterkissed. Butterkissed is good. Butterkissed is good. But these two, like...
Dave says hi, Karen. And Karen again.
Karen again.
Hey! My heart gets it.
We can't take them anywhere. We can't take them anywhere. These two like making those little microwave popcorns. And you can usually hear the ting from down the hall when we're just waiting for the E-stim system
Yeah.
live stream to start.
The queue for microwave.
Yeah, the queue. They're getting all the popcorn and the nice stuff. And it's a lovely smell in here when you open those bags. So what's going on?
Well,
Oh, yeah, autocorrect enjoyed the chat. Well, it's been another busy week. Hello.
it has.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, that's for you, Dave. I'm going to have to get in touch with E-stim Systems because I want that video and
Roy Hat's
I'm sorry,
mentioning
Dave.
spikes.
Spikes.
With,
cactus spikes.
with lots of
Cactus
cactus
spikes.
spikes
Even
as well.
worse.
It's not good.
And
Yay! Dave got cred.
Yay!
I think he typed Karen that time.
Yeah.
Autocorrect to Kren. It's lovely to have the same reprobates in the house, which is good.
Yeah, look who's talking.
Yeah, it's this
Yeah.
side, same this side. We've had another busy week. We've got that big wholesale order out to Diburnum in Germany. That's
Yeah.
gone,
So now we can
And arrived.
concentrate in getting stuff in for you guys.
which is good. The new sound holders, we're still waiting on half of the lower rings that we're having made in an industrial facility in London. We can't make that sort of stuff,
No.
TPU here. So they're a week and a half out, and then we can get them online, which is good. We've got an upgrade path for if anyone has the ABS one. Stunt is our leader, so we follow him.
Right, that's it. Come on then, let's
That.
go.
Look
The
at
leader
colour.
says no spikes. Spikes are bad. Although they do have their uses with that one on the end. So yeah, if you got one of our old sound holders with the ABS lower ring, we are doing an upgrade path where you can just get the TPU one, which
Yeah.
is so much better. It's
Very
a massive,
flexible.
it's a massive improvement. We're also selling them on their own with 6mm rubber, and if you put a hairband around them, they will do that as you grow and shrink.
Yeah, you get it better there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, that's more
That
like
works.
it.
Yeah.
Every time Dave says Karen, the wife looks up and laughs. Right, I think we've all got to say Karen.
Karen.
Karen?
Karen.
Karen! we couldn't have a better audience, could
You
we?
couldn't, no.
No. Why they're here every Saturday, I do not know.
Seriously, you've got nothing better to do on a Saturday afternoon.
There must be something better to do than us. Hello. That sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Oh, Dave, my sister is Karen.
Oh, his sister.
So, what have you been doing this week?
Making stock.
Yeah, basically.
A lot of that.
A lot
A
of that.
lot of trying to get our own stock back on the shelves now. We've got Diburnum.
And getting your
out
guys'
the way.
orders.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
getting busier and busier, which is great for us, but it creates problems with managing stock levels and this, that and the other, because 3D printing is a very slow process.
Yeah. Especially when you're talking about ABS and vapor smoothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes from us hitting print to having something we can bag up and put into stock, you're looking at 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how long it takes for us to post-process things, take support structures off and all that sort of stuff. And then it takes us 3 days to vapor smooth, because the trick with vapor smoothing is to do it in little short bursts and allow it to air completely between the next one. If you try and do it in one go, you'll make a model that is incredibly weak or it will just melt on you, and it'll change dimensions and all sorts of problems, which when we're looking at things like heat set inserts, dimensions need to be accurate for us. So we tend to do 3 to 4 30-minute smoothing sessions, and that over time takes 3 days for us to do that, because you need a good airing between the two.
Oh yeah.
And it's just slow. And we use a cold vapor smoothing technique because the acetone vapor is highly explosive and flammable. And if you look at some of the YouTube videos, they're saying use an electric hob. No, cold smoothing. We've been stitched up again.
Sorry,
No,
when
it's
it's really
Cren.
Every time you guys say Cren,
It's
it's just we
suggested
do
we
a
do
Reader's Wives.
His wife gave you a paranoid look.
There you go. We've got a joint theme there. The Reader's Wives.
Coming to you.
I like that idea. Oh yeah, I think Dave likes that idea
You're
as
going to
well.
wear your jeans out some
You look like you're doing something else, actually.
Yeah.
Regularly. So yeah, vapor smoothing, the way we do it takes a long time because we do it cold.
Yeah.
Because it's safer and it gives a better result. So one of the things that we can't do is rush things.
No.
It's one of those things. So yeah, we've been busy. This is the studio. This is one side of our town, and our workshop is the other side of town, right in the Derbyshire Dales in the sticks. And we spend Monday to Friday there, manufacturing stuff, picking and packing orders, and then at the weekend we come here.
This is our weekend.
And this is like a running track for the dogs. They just
They've
zoom
got the
around.
zoomies.
Yeah, they're just absolutely crazy. And you can't see it, but there's 2 desks over there where these two sit all day making stuff, and I sit here repairing 3D printers and making stuff as well. And
you write me the questions out again.
Yeah, because I've still not sorted the printer out, so I'm going to have to handwrite the questions. So I know what they are.
I'm sorry if I can't read your questions this week, because I swear he was a doctor in a previous life.
Dave, I haven't got a wife to show. Do you want to borrow one? Just moving out of arm's reach.
Spikes?
Yeah, pinwheels down there.
We've got to give Dave a big thank you this week.
Yeah.
Cren suggested a show us your kit or show us your tackle feature.
Show us your toy box.
Last week. No, I prefer this show us your tackle.
Yeah.
And he sent us in his toy box last week, and we went through that and had a look at stuff. And for us, it's incredibly interesting
Very
to
interesting.
see the collection of kit that people amass over time.
We're just nosy.
Yeah, we're nosy, but everyone's different. So no 2 play boxes are going to be the same.
No.
And I like it because it gives newbies an idea of what works for other people.
Yeah. But it also gives other people an idea, different ideas that might not have thought of.
Has he sent us his toy box?
Dave has sent us a picture of his tackle.
Ooh.
I've got to be very careful how I say that.
I was just about to say his tackle.
He's
Tackle.
His tackle box.
YouTube friendly tackle.
I'd say his toy box.
That will do with that. Yeah, that's tackle. So we're going to go through that in a bit. So thank you very much, Dave, for doing that.
Dave.
And if anyone else is out there and wants to send a picture of their tackle, as in toy box, for us to expose to the internet and discuss, it would be very much appreciated, because without the pictures coming in,
You'll have to see one of our...
we'll just have to keep shuffling
And of
ours.
course, if you want to send us a picture but you'd like us not to say your name, we're
Yeah,
happy
absolutely.
to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Just let us know.
You get to see his goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Dave's full of goodness.
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures. Yeah, very good. So we're going to come on to that in a bit. What are we going to talk about first?
Well, we've got a load of control boxes. I've seen
I
distracted.
got distracted by Dave's comment.
So you're attacking it all out. I'd send mine, but we ain't got a macro lens.
No.
That's it. I'm sulking now. So yeah, as Joanna's just noticed,
We've got a
we've got a selection of control boxes in front of us, and we thought it would be interesting to show you what's inside
And
a
what's the
control
difference?
box. Yeah, what's the
I
difference?
don't think there's any spikes.
There isn't. No, I've made sure that it's been sanitized for spikes. Yeah, sorry, Bri. It's just no spikes this week. Maybe if I have a day off, we'll let them bring spikes out. We stock control boxes from E-stim and E-stim systems.
Yeah.
We've got the whole range from E-stim systems, and we're working our way up with E-stim. So they've got a different concept of packaging. E-stim systems use these hard clamshell cases to hold
Here's
everything.
what they look like without.
Yeah, and the beauty of those is they're a storage box
Yeah.
as well as retail packaging. Electrostim have some really nice retail packaging, but once you take the stuff out of
You
that,
can't really put your stuff back in.
yeah,
No, but you
their
get
boxes come with a bag.
You get
Yeah.
a drawstring pouch.
You get a storage pouch, cables, pads, and a control box. Really nice control boxes. They're rechargeable, whereas the E-stim system stuff uses batteries, and the 2B takes mains as well. I'm just going to refresh the chat. Yeah, we're okay.
Hopeless.
So two different concepts in packaging.
Yeah.
So because the Pebble is her favourite,
And mine.
And
well, yeah,
Joe's.
yeah. I mean, I like it, but if I get a choice, I'll use the 2B. Should we show what's inside one of the boxes?
Yeah.
Now, this isn't a retail one. This is one. This is ours.
This is ours, which is why it's not in.
Yeah, so it hasn't got the package on all the rest of
sealed
it, but
packaging.
it'll give you the idea.
This is one we use for demonstrations.
This was in a club last
and-
night. I hope we cleaned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nice sturdy little clasps and hinges on these things, and when you open it up, it's got. What's it got?
It's got your user manual,
Yeah, and your quick start guide,
just a quick guide.
and that's been opened up because
Yep.
we've used it.
You actually read it?
No,
I was
no.
going to say.
I just said we opened it.
He never reads instructions or anything.
Bloke
Doesn't
thing.
matter what, he never reads it.
Bloke thing. I've got a Zeus book. All right.
Yeah.
So you get pads.
Your pads?
You get pads with every E-stim control box.
Yeah.
This is
loops?
the XPF, which is that one.
Yeah.
So in that, you're going to get pads, loops, and a flange as well. So
Yeah.
it's great. They also do an XPE
Which is the only difference.
that
you
has
get
an egg
with the
instead of the
egg.
flange.
Yeah. So you got options.
Yeah.
but
Should we do the close-up
Just,
campaign?
I was
let's
say,
go
can you
close-up
put the
cam.
Let's do close. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
That's lovely. So the main part, you've got laser cut foam, which is really, really nice. In the XPF, you get the Pebble itself. Whoa,
Yeah.
You can do the touching. You get a Pebble. You get a battery.
Yeah.
Look at that. A battery.
You got some wires.
Yeah, you get 3 sets of wires in the XPF. 2 terminating 2mm pins there for the pads and the loops.
Yeah.
You also get a set of 4mm
Banana
plugs
pins.
for the flange. So that's a flange. When you get one of these kits, it comes with a straight neck.
Yeah.
That's our
One of
little
ours.
textured necks we like to be different. Because
Of course
we are
we do.
different. But that is a great little starter box. Really, really good. The Mona is probably our most popular E-stim systems electrode sales-wise and also
Yeah.
use-wise. But if you're new to insertables,
And the flange.
the flange is a really good option.
Yeah.
Because
it's nice and slim.
more manageable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I like these little clamshell cases. They keep everything you need together.
Yeah.
It keeps it safe and
And you can
Yeah.
tell this is ours
Yeah,
because,
because
the fact that doesn't steal.
That doesn't,
flush.
well, if we've got the wrong things in the back. But you get the idea, I think. So, yeah, nice little control boxes. As Dave has just highlighted, and he was like, you're not going to do it. But, yeah, we were just chatting. The Electrostim do have a hard box for the sensor box. Now, the sensor box is one of 2 Electrostim boxes that we haven't played with.
No, not yet.
No. So,
Might have to look into that.
so
Yeah.
Electrostim, if you're out there and you
And
want us
fancy
to
doing a review.
get it reviewed, send it our way. We've got an Axis, which is a fantastic little control box.
Use that loads of times.
Yeah, it's small, it's handy, it's got a belt clip, it's got a lot going for it for
Yeah.
mobile stimming. It's got a feature on it where it's got a little sensor on the front, so you can use hand gestures, which is nice if you've got lubed up fingers. You're not touching the
I think
controls.
we've got one over here.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, haven't we got one?
Here's one I heard earlier.
It can't be updated, and I tried yesterday. Is that the sensor box?
I'm guessing so.
Presume so. That's a shame. The Axis you can update, and they also do one called the Flux, which we haven't got.
No.
We do sell them, but we haven't got one for playing
So
with.
this is
Yeah, right.
This is, and this is the case you get with it.
Yeah, that's the little clamshell case,
I do
which
like
is
the
really nice.
cases.
And that is the Axis. And the thing I like about it is the belt clip.
Yeah.
and the
So it's
a big
ideal for
feature.
mobile. Yeah, it's got tilts, proximity switches as well, and all that sort of stuff. Well, sensor, not switch. So the sensor box is not updatable.
Not anymore. by the
That's
look
not
of it.
good. But it is probably one of their oldest design that they're still selling. I'd imagine they're phasing it out for the likes of this
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Flux. So if you're looking at Electrostim boxes, they're good little options.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend the
Yeah.
Access.
The Flux is basically that, but without the bells and whistles, without the
the tilting
proximity and
feature.
the hand gestures and stuff, which
Yeah.
we don't really use. So we'd probably get along with the Flux quite fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really nice, padded.
It's a nice case.
Yeah, so it's a squishy
one
rather
we
than hard
It's
take-
plastic.
even got branding on the handle.
It's one
Yeah.
we take when we travel a lot.
Yeah,
To
and again,
clubs
to
as
clubs.
well.
We bring it to clubs. And Dave Roberts said it's still good and can be used on mains. Yeah, I've heard a lot of really good things about the sensor box. It's a nice little control box, but it's getting old now, and I imagine they're sort of like looking at this
Phasing
stuff
it out.
Was that one of the first
with
boxes
OLED displays and rechargeable batteries and all the rest of it. But you know, if it's still working, absolutely fantastic. You know, we've got Series 1 box from E-stim Systems up there.
Which happens to be
We own
Joe's
2.
favourite.
That's the other one's in her bedside cabinet.
Yeah, because that's my other favourite box.
Yeah. When E-stim Systems said they were not producing them anymore, she went out and bought a spare,
Of course I did.
because you like them, don't you? So they're nice. So
Well, if anything happened to the one, I needed a backup.
you'd be devastated if you didn't have
It's
a
like
backup.
me losing my pebble.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We if Mona's disappear and stuff like that, we normally look over there. It's like, you little madam. I think our Mona is at yours, isn't it?
No.
She doesn't know what you're talking
No,
about.
deny everything. Deny it all. So yeah, there's some options. So the E-stim Systems, they do these little clamshell cases.
Yeah.
Electrostim on their more expensive units do a soft case, which
Yeah.
is really nice. But on the entry level stuff, the EM60, EM80, which is like these,
Yeah.
you just get a drawstring bag, all branded,
Yeah.
really nice. And it's good to put your control box in something, because they are expensive bits of kit.
Yeah.
You do have
and you
to
want to
look
look
after
after them.
That's it.
But there's a big disparity between how the different manufacturers
Yeah.
tackle storage.
Talking of buying stuff, should we give them a discount code?
That's 2 weeks in a row I've not had to use my
You
remind
can use your reminder if you want to.
Sub'r reminder button. There it is. I like that. Yeah, got a little hair on the end of my nose. Oh yeah, I can use that button for something else now, because she's on the ball, which
Yep.
is more to be said from me. Where's she going?
I'm going to get my
Oh, you
button.
didn't. You're not that switched on. You didn't bring it in front of you, did you? You got to do your own sound effects this time.
Okay. Whoop, whoop. So this
So,
week
Did it work?
No, but she did.
Electro Love 5.
Electro Love
5.
5.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And that's it. That's the usual 5% discount. eBay, Sex Machine Reviews, and E-stim Emporium. E-stim Emporium is the main shop.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
more stuff on there than the rest of them, because that's the one that we're focusing on.
Yeah.
Making big and grow and be happy and healthy and stuff.
Making it fancy.
No.
Fancy's a good, not often associated with me, the word fancy. But yeah,
What, with that beard and your hair and everything else?
It's nearly
people
Christmas,
wouldn't-
and I'm accepting bookings now for Santa. Or is it Satan? I can't remember. I might have filled in the
with,
form
Depends
wrong.
how
with the
dyslex-
spiky hair at the back, probably
Yeah.
Satan.
That's taking
Don't worry,
ages.
I am giving him a haircut this weekend.
Booby cut.
Or as he calls it, a booby cut.
Yeah. There's a lot to be
In
said
fact,
for
I'm
topless
looking
hairdressers.
at some clippers right now.
Yeah, I'm looking
We've got
at
a
some
charger
now.
for him.
Well, that's me then. Knackered. Screwed. So what else are we going to talk about? We've done... Oh, she's reaching for the goldfish bowl.
Oh, please tell me we've got some questions.
We got some questions.
We have questions.
Oh, are Electrostim UK based?
Electrostim are UK
Yes.
based. Don't ask me where in the UK. It's in the south somewhere. Yeah, that's how the UK is demarked. The north and the south.
Yeah.
They're down south. With E-stim Systems are down south as
Hertfordshire.
well. Oxfordshire. There you go.
Hertfordshire.
Oh, so not Oxfordshire.
I didn't say Oxfordshire. I said Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire. Those reminders work great. We're going to go back and do that again. There you go.
She looks so impressed.
Yeah, that is... I don't know what sort of haircut I'm getting now.
Yeah.
I'm getting a Lionel Blair cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're in
Hertfordshire.
not Oxfordshire. And this lot are in deepest, darkest Watford.
Which is actually Hertfordshire.
Is it?
Yeah.
Watford's in Hertfordshire as well?
Yeah. Sure it is.
I don't know, it just says England. Well, wherever Watford is. Near London. Perched on top of London.
Nowhere near Watford Gap. Keep going.
No, it's a big gap from Watford Gap to Watford.
Yeah.
So should we do some Q&A?
Yeah.
We have got some questions in. And then we're going to move on to Dave's tackle. Oh, come on, there's only 5 questions. You don't have to shuffle it. It's like song and dance.
Right. Which colour lead do I attach to the middle of the motor, which is plus and negative? It doesn't matter. They both can be plus and negative. It doesn't have to be plugged in a certain colour. Goes in whichever.
Are you answering my...
Go on.
I'm going to show... Oh, okay. E-stim systems, E-stim boxes use an AC current. So it's alternating current, not DC. So there is no pos and neg because they swap over.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of times a second. However, some control boxes don't have a balanced output. So one will feel stronger than the other. The same energy is going in and out of them, but one will feel a little bit stronger than the other. So experiment. You know, if you've got one of the E-stim systems cables that's yellow and black, try putting the yellow one in the centre to start with, see how it feels, and then
try
move them round and see. You might notice a difference depending on your control box.
Or you might not.
Yeah, or you might not. And then just remember, well, it's black in the centre or yellow in the centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's subjective, depending on the control box and depending on you and the size of the electrode. You know, that's got a fairly large base and a small head. That's the opposite. You've got a small base and a large surface area. So if you put the yellow in the centre of that and the yellow in the centre of that, they're going to feel completely different because the surface areas are different. So experiment a little bit or a lot. A lot's good. We like that. So hopefully that answers that. Next thing, you'd be their local pub. Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not in tonight, are we?
No.
We can talk about them.
They've gone out.
Yeah,
They've gone out.
We got out. They're out. They're not in.
They're out and about.
Yeah, out, not in.
Out and about.
What's this then? Another question.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can I use E-stim systems electrodes with my Electrostim control box? Yes, if you have the right connections and everything.
Yeah. An electrode is an electrode.
It's amazing how often we get
We
that question.
Get that question a lot.
So yes, you can.
Delete electrostim, E-stim systems, swap them around. But you get the question: can I use this company's electrodes? With this company's control boxes? Yeah.
You just need the right cables and connectors.
Yeah, it's either cables or adapters. Don't encourage her because she'll watch this and you're going to be on the naughty spiky step.
No, he won't.
No.
He'll be on the...
So he's standing in for Kaz.
Yeah.
He'll be on the...
Right. I'm going to have a word with Mistress Raven. Troublemaker.
I won't let him, you're all right.
No. So yeah, basically... an electrode's an electrode. It doesn't matter who makes it. You know, the only thing that's going to differ is the socket size
and the connectors.
Yeah, all E-stim systems electrodes, metal electrodes, use 4mm banana. Most conductive rubbers use 2mm pins. Pads use 2mm pins. You just need a cable that fits your box and terminates in the right tackle, or an adapter. Yeah,
Dave was saying I use E-stim gear with my Electrostim box.
And the Kren says,
and it's natural that, you know, anyone that's been stimming for a while and understands, you know, an electrode's an electrode, a box is a box.
Yeah. Anyone who's new.
It's really confusing.
Yeah.
E-stim is confusing for newbies.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started, it was like...
And but Dave, just get the adapters.
Just get the adapters.
Yeah, get the adapters.
Right. Ask me how spiky
my life was yesterday. I dare you. I think Mistress Raven doesn't need any encouragement for you to find a noise spiky step. Kren, having seen some of your pictures, I can only imagine how spiky your predicament was yesterday.
It was very spiky, I imagine.
I suspect he was in sea urchin mode again.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. So yeah, the short answer is you can use any electrode with any control box as long as the bit in the middle, the cable, fits both. Use the adapter. You're flying through them, aren't you?
How long have you been stimming? I've been stimming 9 years since I met Stunt Cock and Joe.
Yeah, and we're about 10.
About 10 years now,
roughly.
Yeah. And it was all E-stim Systems' fault.
Yeah.
Well, our fault for getting in touch with them, but you know, you live and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we 10 years ago we started reviewing sex toys, and we heard about E-stim because we'd never heard of it before then. Through a post on Twitter, I think. And then you fired him an email, didn't you?
Yep. And said if they send anything, he's trying it first.
And I did.
And look at us now.
Yeah, look at us now. Mad. And Dave's been stimming 2 years.
Good.
And happily enjoying it.
Good.
Hopefully.
You know, that's the thing. You know, people come into this, they see a video or whatever, and they think, "Oh, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get a hands-free orgasm straight away."
No.
And a lot of them get very disappointed in the early stage.
I still love it. Did when I was 9 years ago.
But some people, there's an element of training your brain to interpret what's going on there. Now, because it's new sensations and signals. But once you find that combination of electrodes and pattern and power, then you don't look back. And once you've had your first one, the rest come in dead easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just finding what works for you.
Hi, Chris. This is one for you to
here we
answer
go.
because Violet Wand is more your thing than mine. I've played with it a few times, but you know more details.
The companies I can use as a filler to stabilize things. Right, Violet ones there's 3 different types of socket. The old stuff, Imperial stuff, and I think stuff from Ukraine is like 12mm. And they're not interchangeable. You'll either have something that's too big for your socket or something that's too small for your socket and rattles around.
Yeah.
If you've got something that's too small, one thing you can try is getting some tin foil, fold, cut a little strip, fold it 2 or 3 times and wrap that around your electrodes, put it on the end and screw it up to try and take up that free space. If your electrode is too big, there's not a lot you can do apart from maybe forcing your collet open a bit.
Yeah.
But then your other electrodes are going to be rattly. It is quite difficult to get an undersized Violet Wand electrode to fit properly. You can replace the collets as well. That's an option. Where you'd go and get those, I don't know. There is one guy that goes to the BBB called Master Wolf, and he has a stall, just Violet Wand play. He makes his own electrodes and he refurbishes old vintage kit.
He has some amazing.
Incredible. We've got a lot of electrodes from him, funnily enough. He might be a good person to get in touch with.
If you're in the UK.
If you're in the UK, but you might be able to send some stuff out.
Yeah.
It can be a little bit difficult getting adapters that fit one to the other. I'd be surprised if someone doesn't make a plug-in adapter with a different size socket.
I bet that.
As you know, a means of changing that. That would make a lot of sense. But I don't know anything off the top of my head, unfortunately. Shark Hoogie's very Kren.
Yeah, but see Kren's reply.
Not shark. Ice picks and a hammer. Oh my god. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Try the tin foil and then reach out.
Yeah.
The tin foil will probably stay in there when you take the electrode out. If you'll be able to get it out with some snipe nose pliers, but make sure you unplug your control box and switch it off.
My watches does.
Before you're getting in on the action as well. And make sure you keep your watches away from the Violet Wand. Funny enough, we were doing some Violet Wand play in a club last night.
We was.
And we introduced 2 new submissives to Violet Wand play. And that was fun. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
She was own-minded the dogs, weren't you?
Yeah.
I get all the fun. Which is quite right, because, maybe not. Oh, we've got more!
Yeah.
Kren's come up.
On a more relevant note, would copper strips work like you get in a battery compartment? Something a bit more durable and easy to bend and shape. Copper strips might work. The problem you might have is getting one thin enough, because generally you're like 0.5 millimetre out. So some tin foil wrapped round it and twisted on the end will work. If you can get some copper strip, that might work. But again, it might be quite hard to get it to stay in place. But it's one of those things, a little bit of experimentation is going to be required. But anything aluminium or copper, I mean, tin foil is aluminium. Aluminium and copper are 2 good options. Does this work? I switched to my laptop from my phone. Well, I can hear you. Well, I can't hear you. I can see your little messages.
Yeah, we're getting the messages through.
Appreciate the brainstorming. You're most welcome. We don't normally think very well, the 3 of us, but we are here to bounce ideas off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would work. One of those 2 materials.
Yeah. Or if not, contact
Master Wolf.
Master Wolf.
Does he have a website?
I think he's on Etsy.
And he's also on FetLife.
Is he? Right, he's on FetLife. If you look up Master Wolf, one word, you'll find him on FetLife. Yeah. Or if you're in the area of BBB,
go
down and have a look at some of his kit.
Yeah, because he does have some amazing kit.
Joe sent you.
Incredible electrodes. Yeah, and say Joe sent you. Don't say I sent you. He'll not talk to you.
Can I read my question now?
It was your question, is it? Her question.
do I need to use electrogel or can I just use regular lube?
It depends on where you're using
Yeah,
the
I mean, if you're
electrodes.
using it like skin play, I would always recommend using electrogel.
Yep.
But just normal lube is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're using it internally, you
Internally.
can usually get away with
Yeah.
water-based lube.
And if you haven't got any lube at all, lump hammer works.
yeah.
Not very comfortably, though.
No. Yeah, I mean, the only difference between water-based lube and electrogel is they've got some salts in it,
Yeah.
which makes ions transfer a little bit better. Any impurities in water will make it conduct. So water-based lube has got stuff in it, and it will conduct, but electrogel will conduct that a little bit better.
Yeah.
So electrogel is what we play with. If we run out, we will reach for a bottle of water-based lube.
Yeah.
But do not use oil
Or
based
silicone.
lube, or silicon-based
No.
lubes if you're using conductive rubber,
Because it
because
insulate
it
them.
will destroy it.
Yeah.
It bonds to the surface, and then that's it.
Did you get a chance to look up the improved design for the
E2B clamp. We haven't yet.
No,
We have
we've
been
been so busy.
snowed under.
Yeah.
The email is there, and it's got a little flag on it. So we are going to get to that probably this afternoon or tomorrow. So you'll get an answer, and then we'll update where are the design files? At your Google folder.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we'll get the files updated on that. But thank you very much for sending that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a big fan of people sharing stuff for the benefit of the community.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of our designs are just on the Google Drive for people to pick up and use.
Yeah.
And because it is a close-knit community, Stimmers.
Yeah.
It's like a subnet of a subnet of a subnet, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's nice to be friendly and help
It
people.
is.
Cool.
So is that all the questions done?
No, we've got
No.
2 more.
Oh, God, it's going to be a long day, isn't it?
Well, you're the one who wrote
Oh, it's
them
upside
out.
down, that one. You've got to stand on your head to read that. She's off.
What insertable electrode would you recommend for a beginner?
Decimator. No. Do not take that advice, because that's
I would
not
say
advice.
the flange.
All right, is that you
Or
going
a
to try
small
one?
flow.
Those are two
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're looking, that's a flange.
Yeah.
Really popular E-stim systems electrode. It's got a relatively small diameter, so for if you're new to insertables, that is a cracky little option.
Yeah.
We haven't got the Mona because someone's borrowed it. That's the large flow. That has the same diameter head as a Mona. So
But they also do a smaller version of that.
they do a small flow, which is more like this. The
Yeah.
flow has a more curvy design, as opposed to the blocky design of the
Yeah.
flange.
So it depends on what you've liked the feel.
Sales-wise, they're the most popular electrodes. Flange, Mona, and large flow.
Yeah.
It's the same for E-stim systems because we were chatting to them the other
Yeah.
week about it, and the Mona is their fastest
Flying
seller.
off the shelf like
yeah,
it is ours.
yeah, it's a really
Yeah.
popular electrode for good reason. You
Yeah.
know, it works. So there you go. Flange if you're new, maybe small flow, or large flow, and Mona if you're a little bit more experienced.
Yeah.
But check out the sizes.
Yes, make
Yes.
sure you don't want to be
Don't let your
ordering a
eyes-
decimator.
No, don't let your eyes be bigger than your orifice. That's all I'm going to say
I
on
still
that
can't believe anybody uses something as big as the
one.
decimator.
Yeah.
Apparently they sell 3 or 4 a week.
They need to put spikes on it. That'll sort that out.
Didn't
There'll
they
be no
say they've had
sales.
somebody ask for a bigger one?
Yes,
Yeah.
they have had people ask for a bigger one.
Decimator.
Size doesn't matter. With enough lube, you're right.
And persistence.
Persistence, yeah, or a run up.
Yeah.
So we got one more, have we?
One more.
God, this is going well. This is going well. Oh, I know what this question is as well. Let me just cue me Stampy Pant Rants button up.
Why is E-stim kits so expensive?
Stampy pant round.
It isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't. There is some really cheap stuff out there.
Yeah.
If you go on AliExpress, that sort of thing, you can get some bargain things. But you need to be aware of what materials are being used and craftsmanship and all the rest of it. You get what you pay for, basically.
To be fair, a lot of our kit is not that expensive.
No. But we have a lot less overheads than the likes of Electrostim
Oh, crumbs,
and
yeah.
E-stim systems. I mean, workforce, this is it. I think
Yeah.
E-stim systems have got 13 employees,
Yeah.
which all need paying. There's business insurance, rent, lecky rates,
Yeah.
machinery. And economies of scale means you can't make E-stim kit as cheaply as you can make a kettle or a toaster. Because
you're not selling
you make
thousands
if
and
you make
thousands.
100,000 of something, the price per something comes down.
Yeah.
If you're only making 100, all your overheads are split between a smaller production run, and things are naturally more expensive because the overheads have to be split, and that's the nature of the game. There are cheap options, but you get what you pay for. E-stim systems give a lifetime guarantee on all their electrodes. You're not going to get that from AliExpress.
No. And like Chris said, like my quality and peace of mind.
Yeah. And you got to do your stretches.
Yeah. You got to do your
But yeah, I
stretches.
mean, if you're buying Electrostim, you're buying E-stim systems, you know what materials are being used. Yeah. You buy something from AliExpress and it says stainless steel. What that actually means is shiny. Shiny metal. You'll find it'll be brass or it'll be mild steel, coated, electroplated in chromium or something like that, which makes a very brittle surface. You don't know if it's got any materials in there that's going to leach into you when you apply a current. But, you know, you pay your money, you take chances. E-stim equipment, by its very nature, is going to be more expensive. And it's not a kink tax, like some people say. Oh, they've got us over a barrel and they're just charging what they want.
No,
you know,
it's not.
No, it's
any
not.
business is there to make money. Yeah. We make a little bit of money. Yeah. We don't kick the arse out of it. And the money that we make, we tend to reinvest. And then we put a little pot aside to send her to Disneyland for a birthday. Yeah. Well, I just have to do the driving.
Yeah.
And
He loves it when we get there.
carry the shopping bags and stuff like that. But companies have overheads. In the UK, you can't make anything as cheaply as they can in China.
Kren's been very helpful.
Thank you, Kren.
Right, I'll just correct Kren then. You can do E-stim by putting two copper wires into a plug socket once.
You'll not do it again.
You'll not do it again. It's quality costs at the end of the day. And if you're buying something from E-stim systems,
And I suppose it's also reassurance as well that it's been like properly made,
it's not going to
standard.
cut you.
It's not going to cut you.
It's not going to break off inside you.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. If you're getting something like the electro eggs that have got a cord and they disappear where the sun doesn't shine, and then you pull the cord to get it back, you don't want that separating.
No, that's
if you go and buy it for $5 off AliExpress, the risk of it separating.
Try and explain that one in A&E.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more likely to fail. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm not I'm not dissing Chinese manufacturers.
No.
Because most things are made in China.
Yeah.
All the E-stim control boxes for Electrum are made in China.
Yeah.
TVs, iPhones are made in China.
Yeah.
Chinese manufacturing is amazing, but there's a whole spectrum from amazing down to bargain basement.
I just like to know it's been
and a lot of the bargain basement stuff is sometimes the seconds that have failed quality control, and they go out the back door and end up on places like what's the other one, Temu and AliExpress and all that sort of stuff. But shop around. If you think E-stim systems are too expensive, don't buy from them. No one's making you do it. They're providing options.
I think they're really reasonable.
We provide options. Electrostim provide options. MyStim, Eros Tech in the US. Put your money where you think it's most deserved.
Homework.
Do your homework. And that's the enemy stuff. Pants around.
And breathe.
And of course, the other option is you can always make your own
DIY kit.
Yeah.
Why more people are not making their own electrodes, I don't know, because it can be a lot of fun, but just be very wary of the materials you're using.
Yes.
Stay away from things that contain lead, that contain brass and all that sort of stuff. You want to be looking at stainless steel. Pure metals like silver and gold are options, but
expensive.
You're not really going to do that yet.
No.
Stick to stainless steel or aluminium. And you're not going wrong.
It's safer.
Talking of America and shopping, Happy Stim at the moment. I saw a post on Reddit that said, "Oh, Happy Stim's gone. It's no more." It's not. They are rebranding their website and bringing it out of the flying toaster era into a more modern website.
We're now in the, what would you say,
we're now in the 90s, early noughties.
From the 80s to the 90s is what he was saying earlier.
It's work in progress. They have got a lot of their stock on happystimusa.com, but they're still adding stuff. So Don't rule Gary out. Gary's a really nice guy.
He is. He's lovely.
He stocks some of our stuff as well. So if you're in the States and you want to save on postage,
Check him out.
check him out. If he hasn't got something that we sell, get in touch with him and he might add it to his next wholesale order. But yeah, Gary is not going anywhere. He's working on his new site and it's looking a lot better than the old one. And everyone out there that's been on his old one will know what I mean.
Yeah.
Great products, great service. The guy is a legend. But yeah, his site's not going anywhere. So, shall we go on to the show as you tackle?
I think
My
so.
favourite bit, because the first picture I'm going to show, I disappear. I'm behind it. So I can start pulling funny faces at people and stuff, and they'll never know. And then
Just told him.
oh yeah, that didn't work, does it? Right, let's go into my media bank and look for Dave 1. So this is Dave's kit. I'm disappearing.
Ooh.
Oh, half of you's disappeared as well. You have to look around.
Can I stay
No,
there?
this is my little safe zone. You get out there.
Ooh, I recognise a lot of stuff.
This is Dave's kit. Thank you, Dave, for sending it in.
Yeah, thank you, Dave.
So I think we'll start on the left and move across.
I
recognise a few
yes,
things
I
there.
do.
The bars blocking.
I know,
some of
we've
it.
got an audio thing on the way. If I go to that little view, that's a bit better. And if I make the screen bigger so that those of us that wear glasses can see what's going on. There we go.
Oh,
right.
wow.
So, left-hand side, we've got a Jet Set Willy.
Ooh.
We've got the case that the Jet Set Willy comes in.
And
we've
a
got
saddle
a version 1 saddle,
Yeah.
which is
with the elastic
happy to
band.
see. He's got probably a cock ring, silicon cock ring around it. Next to that, I think that's called the Tadpole from E-stim.
Yeah.
These guys.
Yeah.
That's a probe that you can get inside and
Yeah. Very good.
swish around. Yeah, you like them, don't you?
Yeah.
They're quite nice. The next black box at the top is another Jet Set Willy on the left
And a helmet.
and a helmet.
Yeah.
So he's got some nice
He's
little...
well covered.
And they're from us.
Yeah.
Which is why they're brilliant.
Yeah, we like them. We like seeing stuff with our stuff in.
Yeah.
So they're 3D printed in 316L stainless steel. And they encapsulate the glands. And they've both got 2 different designs, but the sizes are the same.
Yeah.
And we do a little sizing set, which people can get, and just to make sure you're getting the right kit. So that's nice to see. Down below them, we have a triple.
Ooh.
And what's that?
I was gonna say, I
It's
can't
not.
remember.
It might be an MJ. It's not been. No, I think the MJ is a bit longer. Dave will have to chip in. Let me just refresh me chat.
Well, the second one's a triple, isn't it?
Yeah, the second was a triple. The one on the left.
Is it a torpedo?
No, it's not a torpedo.
No.
The torpedo's a very
Okay.
pointy one.
I think it is MJ. Well, not the shiny version.
Okay, sorry. While we catch up with the chat, because it did freeze on us.
Yep. We are chatting and reading now. Everything's made up on a budget. If you buy cheap, there's a max to quality you're going to get. You can't get a Rolls Royce for 5k. Yep.
Yeah.
And stainless steel can be risky. You don't want poisonous metals in the mix, like vanadium, for instance. Get a precise report on what you're doing before committing. Yeah. Stay out of like the B&Q aisle, looking at doorknobs and things.
Yeah, don't go there.
Because they will not be made of a decent stainless steel. And there are so many different greys of aluminium and stainless steel. And as Larissa Snides has pointed out there, you need to make sure you're using the good stuff and not stuff that contains lead or some other stuff that's going to leach into you.
And it's the torpedo.
The
I thought it
torpedo.
was a torpedo.
Yeah. Recognised it, just couldn't think of the name.
That must be a MJ on the right. So moving across from that, then we've got a Mona
Yeah.
with one of our little rednecks on it.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop. And the MJ, I believe,
Yeah.
with one of our little necks on it. I didn't think
Yeah.
we did Mona, or was that a special one you did?
We did a special one for Dave. Did we not?
Oh, there you go. And above that, I think it's difficult to see in this little picture.
I
Let's go
can't
back-
see the picture whatsoever.
Let's go back to
The
the big
microphone's
one.
in the way.
Right, that's a little bit easier for us to see.
Yeah.
So above that, looks like cables.
Yes. A lot of
On the right hand
cables.
side, in a little green bag, that's some 6mm rubber. And below that, we got some of our insulators.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 control boxes, a Flick Duo, which is the one on the right, and the sensor box.
Yeah.
On the left.
4mm rubber with a clip there.
Yep,
Yeah.
and 4mm rubber with a little yellow clip.
And I see a red insulator.
And I say one of our
And a
red
yellow.
insulators.
Yep, and some pads at the
Oh,
bottom.
what's that at the top?
And we've got the mains power unit for the sensor box on the right.
Yeah.
That's a nice kit.
That is good kit.
I like that. That is some serious options for play.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of external stuff and you've got a lot of insertables as well. And a good combination there. There's
Yeah.
electricity.
Yeah.
There's E-stim system stuff.
And of course
there's us. No, it really is nice seeing people using our kit, because it's like, we designed it and we made that, and people are enjoying it, which is good.
Yeah. So.
Joanne did 2 special ones.
I thought that's
for
what
me.
it was.
Yeah,
It just looked like one of ours. And I'll second what Crenna's just said. Let me take that off there because you can't see what Crenna's just said. Nice selection, Dave. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
There is more, but I wanted to get the photos to you. Yeah, the rest of it is round the back on the pallet.
Well, to be fair, it was about half an hour before the
Yeah.
live stream
Yeah,
when we
it
were
was.
talking.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, we were on
thank you for the
Ko-fi stream.
Yeah.
And then Dave said he was going to send us a picture.
So whose toy box are we going to see next?
That is the question, isn't it? So get your pictures in. Get in touch with us through the website, through Discord or anything. We'll give you the email address. Fire it over to us. If you want us to tell everyone whose kit it is, we'll mention your username.
Yeah, if you don't, then
tell
tell us that you like to keep quiet about whose it is.
That wasn't untidy. You want to see my play box?
No, you don't want to see his play box.
No, you don't.
It takes half an hour to get the right wire.
When he's finished playing, he just throws everything in.
We'll sort it out
And
later.
then I have to sort it out later.
Good girl. We like that. That's good. See, bless. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Dave. So it's over to you lot. Who is going to be bearing it all to the world next week? Hopefully someone does. Otherwise, that's a really short running series.
If not, we're going to have to get our toy box out.
Yeah, we'll just shuffle everything. Well, we can always bring the violet ones out
Yeah.
and show them.
Yeah, just not in use.
No, because everything will just fry.
Yeah, because then we definitely wouldn't be online anymore.
No.
I'm not sure if we mentioned the sound clamps.
No,
No.
I
I don't think we did.
No.
I mean, we've mentioned about them last week, but we haven't mentioned the latest update.
The designs for the tops is now finalised, and we're making them in-house, so we've got
Yeah.
loads of them already. The lower rings are now being made out of TPU, which is incredibly flexible and amazing. But we can't make them ourselves. We can, but not to the standard that we can have them made externally in an industrial facility down in London. So they're being made. We've got 4 sizes now instead of 3. We've got 2 here. We're waiting on the second, well, the other 2 sizes
To
coming.
get to us.
And they are very, very close to being completed.
Yeah.
And then when they arrive, that will go live. We will show you all the different sizes and colours and options here. So that's one not to miss. And if you've got one of the old ones with the ABS lower ring, we've got an optional upgrade path where you can just buy the TPU section to just bring yourself up to the standard. Going with the Prusa method of never leave anyone behind.
Yeah.
Don't leave anyone behind.
The other nice thing is with that bottom ring, we'll also be selling it with some rubber.
Yes.
So you get a new piece of rubber.
Yeah.
With 6mm rubber.
It is.
to go with
It is a really good solution to cock rings. Because one of the problems with just using conductive rubber and an insulator, even with an insulator, you get the same problem, and a cord lock, is if you're a grower and shrinker, you've got to keep adjusting it to keep it tight and against you so that you're not getting any hot spots and stingy bits. These are really, really good. 4 different sizes, and basically they will expand and contract with you. So the little arms that come out the front, if you put a hairband or an elastic band around it, as you get smaller, it's maintaining that contact with your skin constantly, and as you get harder, again, it's staying firm and connected to you.
Providing you get the right size.
Providing you get the right size, and the elastic band solution works absolutely incredibly.
He knows, he's tried it.
Yeah.
That's why they call me Stunt Cock.
Because we originally there for our sound holders, but you don't have to use them for that.
They work well as standalone rings that stay in contact and adjust automatically, which is game changer.
Yeah.
I like it.
He does.
I like it. It's given me more grey hairs though.
He likes it a lot.
Oh yeah.
He has to put these grey streaks.
Yeah, I mean that was
beard.
black this morning. It took me ages to colour them all in
Yeah, of course
with
it
the
did.
little Mr. Grecian 12,000 or whatever it is. That goes the other way, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm talking from your backside again. So I think that is the end of us for stream 82. How the heck did we manage to do this many?
I don't know.
And how are they still here?
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those questions that will never be answered. I hope you've enjoyed it. We have.
We have.
It's been fun.
Do you want to refresh the chat?
Amazingly, the pups are still asleep. They tried murdering each other earlier. But it has. We're gonna have to do some
it's
catching
more
up.
for toys.
Make it the case. Make a good toy box of travel. Yeah, we use the little flexible cases that we sell. We use ourselves.
Yeah.
And we find them incredibly useful, especially when going to clubs, because you can put a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And it's compartmentalised, so it makes things easier to find out.
Okay, so jet set woolly and saddles can be sterilised.
Sterilised mistaken, very handy for demos.
Or will the bumps have too much surface that
and
won't clean
No, you can boil them.
Yeah.
You can autoclave them. You can just leave them soaking in alcohol. It's got a rough textured surface, more like a tree ball mint.
Yeah.
But it can be effectively cleaned and sterilised, especially with heat. They are a really nice solution. We sell quite a lot of them to pro doms, mistresses, which is good.
And thank you, Clem. We love you too.
We love you
We love all you lot, because
we do. We
it'd
wouldn't
be
be
a
here.
bit mad being here if there was no one to just vent against.
In that case, I'll buy a full set.
Hooray! Thank you guys, have a great show. In that case, I'll buy a full set. The set for the Jet Set Willies comes as a full set, but when we designed that, we were only doing 4 sizes.
Yeah.
We're now doing 5 sizes. So if you order that set before, we'll throw the other one in for free. So you get everything. And they run from 35mm up to 53. The sizes get a little bit closer as you get larger because science and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to buy a full set, we sent one out this week to a pro dom down south. Down south again.
Down south.
Yeah.
What about a discount for...
We do a pro dom discount. So if you know any pro doms and they want to stock
dominance.
up, dominance. They want to stock up with the good stuff. We do a 10% discount for pro doms.
So just email us.
Yeah. And our favourite mistress, we might be able to do a little bit more than that. So yeah, get in touch and spread the word. There's a blog post on E-stim Emporium about it. It's really easy to apply. They just need a website and all that sort of stuff so we can see that they're a pro dom. And then we can set that up in their account so the discount just comes automatically as they put orders in.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth checking.
Emma's on the screen.
It is.
We need one for
We need
Ollie
one
now.
for Ollie.
You need to update the Spam-O-Matic.
It'll look more goofy.
No, we won't.
Just a lot.
It's a goofy thing. So that's it for this week. We will be back next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully with something to talk about.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Get your questions in.
Yeah.
Please.
I haven't done this in ages.
Oh dear.
Please like and subscribe as well.
Shut up, you. I've got a button for that. Somewhere. There it is. There, look, it's got a banana and everything.
Like and subscribe. Yay!
Yay! So do that YouTubey thing because it helps us because the
it
number's
does.
going up.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I can't believe we've got it
I
that high.
can't.
I can't believe. I think I might have fiddled that somehow. So yeah, thank you
You
for
do like
tuning in.
fiddling.
I do.
He does.
Normally with me knobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got it up.
It's still here. So thanks for tuning in this week. We will see you next week.
Happy stimming.
Stay safe, play safe. See you
Have
later.
lots of fun.
Bye.
Indeed. Bye.